I don't think I could put it into words how grateful I am. I think that, well, we all believe that without Providence, Dad wouldn't be here right now.
I appreciate everything they've done for me here, more so than you can ever know.
Everything was happening very quickly. My parents came up for a visit. Dad wasn't feeling well, and he said, no, seriously, I'm not feeling well. 10:30 at night on June 2nd, we're going to the emergency at Providence. They took one look at him. He was in ICU before we knew it. Mike came in and he said he was in palliative care, explained what that meant.
As a nurse practitioner, sort of the primary person on the ground here at Providence. I see patients from day to day, meet with them, and often meet as part of an interdisciplinary team, which consists of a physician, a social worker, a chaplain. Thinking of palliative care is often thinking about suffering, and when we have, say, pain, for instance, it's just not physical pain. There's pain with families, there's pain with our spirituality, how we view the world, and so we try and bring all the resources, a social worker, a physician, a chaplain in, to help a patient deal with the chronic diseases that they're often dealing with. I think the team is critical. What often happens in medicine is that when we see a patient, we may not see the whole patient, the whole person. We often just see the disease, and as a nurse practitioner or as a physician, we might look at, okay, here's the headache, and we might go for fixing the headache or dealing with the headache. But we often sort of lose sight of, well, how does that affect the family? The person can't cook, they can't clean, they don't want to go to work. How does it affect their spirituality? How do they see life? That's why it's critical to have a team involved.
I think the most important part of my role on the palliative care team is taking part in family meetings that we have. And when we have a referral to see a patient, we always like to include their family as well, because we know that that's such a huge part of their life. I think what we do in those meetings when we arrange them is give the person and their family the respect of an unhurried conversation about their health situation. And that's kind of rare in this climate of healthcare, which is speedier and sometimes fragmented, to sit together and to be able to listen to their life story, to be able to hear what's most important to them.
The spiritual care part of the consult is to really challenge people to look and see what is giving their life meaning and significance, and how can we help them to ask the questions to deal with that. Our Providence mission is always there to be with the poor and the vulnerable, and the vulnerable, the word comes from wounded, and anybody who's dealing with a life-threatening disease, chronic illness, are wounded people. And I really believe that spiritual care is to try to help them to understand their woundedness.
Palliative care is a time in which they have some chronic diseases and some more major decisions to make for themselves and their family and loved ones. And so it includes keeping the integrity of the human person, the respect for each life, the holistic care of the whole family.
I am just so blessed to be part of the palliative care program. I have wanted to bring this to Providence from the very beginning of my time here 7 years ago. And part of that is because it really puts the patient first.
I see patients here in the hospital, often in the intensive care unit, but often on the wards. And then I also see patients out in their homes, wherever that may be. They may have a home, they may be in a nursing home, they may be in an assisted living facility. But I go to all of those to meet with patients to do pretty much the same thing.
Providence has done, I think, a great job at positioning itself with a model that embraces both outpatient and inpatient palliative care, because as it stands now, there's a National Center for the Advancement of Palliative Care nationwide, and they're predicting that palliative care on an outpatient basis is even going to be more important and a very big growing field as palliative care moves out of the hospital into the community, touches people and family and patients in the community setting.
The ability through palliative care both inpatient and outpatient, to walk with individuals and to ease their way is really a huge driving force for those of us as professionals. We don't like to see people leave the hospital and be dropped, or we don't know what's going to happen with their plan of care once they leave. We hope they can carry that out. The ability to partner with the palliative care inpatient and palliative care outpatient is seamless care. The ability to, as a care team, treat and be a part of the palliative care in the hospital and then outpatient palliative care, that seamless care that goes into the home health palliative care, connections, hospice, infusion. We carry that whole team approach and can guide individuals no matter where they are in their process of their disease. And it's a beautiful way to treat people, that holistic form of care.
I know that it's been an effort just in healthcare in general to try to basically help these patients and people in a more holistic way, and not to be so broken as healthcare professionals in our inability to not be able to discuss things that are dear to the heart, close to the soul, hurting patients' lives every day. So it's an effort to really start a whole new care culture.
My hope is that with this palliative care service, and actually with every service throughout the United States and every hospital, that every patient is cared for in the same way, and that the culture of palliative care is really applied to everyone in the hospital, regardless of whether they formally are a palliative care patient or not.
It's been a moving experience for us as a family to go through this. It's brought us together. It's brought my parents up here. They've moved up to Jacksonville, and a lot of it has to do, actually a majority of it has to do with the care at Providence. They feel enormously confident that Providence is going to take their best interests at heart.
I want to thank Providence. You people over there have been so good. I can't believe a whole new thing. I mean, with the intention of being up here with my son and my family, I think if Providence I wouldn't be here. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.